play two songs for you. The first is Amor Eterno, that one's Gabriel, and the second is De Colores, which is a traditional folk song. Great. Almost there.
Oh, yes. Anytime.
One, two, three, one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Constable, for bringing you and your students here. Especially, good job to the BHS Mariachi Band. Wonderful job on Amor Eterno. That song goes back decades. When I was a child, even probably before that. So, and it's a very hard song to perform. And you guys did a really good job at it. So congratulations, good job on that. Here we go. Anyone else?
My favorite clip. I'll use this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Nice job. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay. It is now 6:24, and we are out of closed executive session, and we will reconvene the regular meeting of the Board of Education with the pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Here.
Mr. Herrera.
Here.
Mr. Hemke.
Here.
Mrs. Howe. Here. Mr. Mueller.
Here.
Mr. Piggy.
Here.
Mrs. Young.
Here.
Before we start the regular meeting of the Board of Education, as a reminder, all board members are expected to follow our approved meeting norms and board protocol. Are there any items on the agenda any members of the board would like to amend or move? Here are none. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda of the regular meeting of the Board of Education on May 18th as presented?
So moved.
Okay, Member Mueller made the motion. Member Piggy seconded the motion to approve the agenda of the regular meeting of the Board of Education on May 18th, 2026 as presented. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mrs. Howe.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, we will now have our district celebrations. And at this time, I would like to turn this portion of the meeting over to Dr. Shug.
All right. Well, I am very excited to do our almost monthly celebration of Mike Lascola. Principal Lascola has had how many years of service here in D100?
This is 20.
20 years of service here in D100. And performed his last Everest High School graduation just last week, at which many, do you know how many alumni?
I don't know exactly.
A whole bunch of alumni showed up really in response to the legacy that he has at Everest High School of taking students and really nurturing through them and getting them across the stage for graduation that many of them did not think were possible. And that legacy and so much of the work that he's done was recognized in Northwest Quarterly magazine, where Mr. Lascola was recognized as one of 25 most interesting people. He was nominated by our very own Mr. Piggy, and we are just really excited to have him highlighted. He was a perfect candidate, met all the qualifications, and we are going to miss him a whole bunch when he's no longer here with us in D100. Congratulations, Mr. Lascola.
I can say two really quick because
Yeah.
they reached out and asked, who I recommended for that nomination. And I couldn't think of a better person. I mean, he left impression on me already in the last year or so that I've worked with them. So when they asked me who I recommended, I said I got just the person. And they said, tell us more about him. And the rest is history. So congrats to him.
Do we have Ms. Sherman here? There she is. All right, we're going to have you come up to accept the International Student Exchange Award. On behalf of Mary Bays, State Line Regional Manager for International Student Exchange, D100 is proud to present the International Student Exchange Award to Belvedere North High School. In recognition of its exceptional efforts in welcoming exchange students, celebrating diversity, and fostering meaningful global connections. Rocio, an exchange student from Spain during the 2024-2025 school year, shared such positive experiences about Belvedere North that her story became the inspiration behind this acknowledgement. One experience that especially stood out to her was her time on the Belvedere North dance team. Near the end of the season, the team unexpectedly found themselves without a coach and were concerned they may not be able to finish their season together. In response, Principal Mr. Jim Friesma, and as I understand it, Athletic Director Bruin Young, stepped in to serve as coach for the remainder of the season. Rocio spoke passionately about how much this act of leadership, care, and support meant to both her and to her teammates. Rocio's experience at Belvedere North left such a lasting impact that she hoped to return to D100 the following year to complete her high school career at North. Mr. Friesma explored every possible option to help support that dream, but unfortunately, due to visa limitations, it was not possible. Even so, Rocio's story serves as a powerful reflection of the welcoming culture, compassion, and sense of belonging that Belvedere North High School provides to students from around the world. Mr. Friesma and Mr. Young were able to hold the plaque earlier today as well. Mary Bays was able to come during the day to Belvedere North, and it really was really touching and a really special recognition, I think. Unexpected, certainly. Do we have Kayla Seamers here? There she is. Kayla is being recognized today for Targeted Technical Assistance Certificate of Recognition. We are proud to announce that Belvedere North High School recently received a certificate of recognition from the Illinois Center for Transition and Work for establishing a Targeted Technical Assistance Partnership during the 2025-2026 academic year. Targeted Technical Assistance is coordinated by the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign and funded through a grant from ISB. A special thank you goes to Kayla Seamers for the incredible work she has done leading and piloting this initiative. This partnership required the development of an action plan, extensive training, and a significant investment of time focused on implementing best practices for our transition students. Kayla has championed this work with dedication, passion, and a true commitment to student success. Because of her leadership, we are continuing to move forward with exciting new opportunities for students both on campus and within the community. Thank you, Kayla, for taking on this challenge and helping create meaningful pathways and endless opportunities for our students. We would also like to extend a big thank you to Jan Jurek. Are you here, Jan? There she is, the high school special education supervisor who has supported this process since the 2024-2025 school year. We are so excited for what lies ahead. Thank you and congratulations. All right. And our D100 retirees. Later this week, we are going to have a wonderful celebration, a retirement dinner for all of our D100 retirees. But tonight, we would like to recognize them as well. Retirees, if you're here tonight, can you come on forward? I see some of you out there. Come on, don't be shy. Get on up. I'm going to read your names out here. All right. Each year, Belvedere School District 100 recognizes staff members who are retiring and concluding their service to our schools and community. Our retirees represent a combined legacy of dedication, professionalism, and commitment to students, families, and colleagues, with years of service ranging from 4 to 40 years and a combined total of 440 years dedicated to District 100. They have helped to shape the culture of our schools and made a lasting impact on those they have served. While each individual will be more personally recognized at the district's annual retirement celebration, we would like to take this opportunity to formally acknowledge them and thank them for their years of service to District 100. We extend our sincere appreciation for their service and wish them continued fulfillment and joy in their retirement. I'm going to read their names: Jamie Reeves, Patrick Buckley, Jennifer Diamond, Suzanne Graff, Dan Marcinowski, Kathleen Walling, Julie Davis, Michael Sullivan, Beth Lamonis, Eugene Eichstad, Diane Koopman, Dwayne Krenzelak, Laura Stites, Mary Van Volkenberg, Steve Repka, Leanne Walbaum, Ted Woodcock, Ronald Hamilton, Jean Hausenga, Michael Page, Michael Lascola, and Scott Smiley. Congratulations to all of you on your service and your well-deserved retirement. I want to say every year at the beginning of the school year, I ask everyone to stand up based on their years of service, and we count down to who has the most years of service. I don't know what we're going to do without Michael Page being there to be the last one standing. 40 years of service.
There it is. Good job. Thank you.
Julie, I apologize. I don't think yours is in there.
That's what I just told him.
Yeah.
It's in there.
I keep
It's not.
realizing it's moving.
I will send it to the school tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm
Alright,
so
that's
sorry. I
fine.
apologize.
Okay,
That's my
fine.
fault.
440 years of service, irreplaceable. All right, we ready for board shout outs?
Okay.
All right, we're gonna transition into board shout outs?
Yes.
Yes. All right. For board shout outs, we're gonna start out with our portrait of a graduate students. Do we have those students here today? Come on up, come on up. Ruby Ortega, April Barrientos Hernandez, Brianna Dillion, Addison Bloom, Andrew Wooten, TJ Decker, Ava Mendoza, Abigail Ramsey, Samantha Alonco Hernandez, Madison Barrios, Amrit Cower, Luke Paddock. I want to recognize these 12 incredible students and 3 of you who are here to be. A lot of those names on the list were seniors who just graduated as well on Sunday. These students served as facilitators for our district's Portrait of a Graduate design process. These student leaders didn't just participate, they led groups of diverse adults, parents, veteran educators, and community members through professional grade facilitation methodologies. To learn these practices, they volunteered 15 hours of their time to participate in training and to prepare for and lead the design sessions. They navigated complex group dynamics with remarkable poise, ensuring every voice was heard while keeping the focus on our district's strategic future. The impact of their leadership was captured best by a participant who shared they, the student facilitators, were in my mind a portrait of what a graduate should be. These students truly embody the resilient hope, personal responsibility, interpersonal communication, and inspired engagement we want to instill in every graduate. Absolutely, they were remarkable. Full rooms of adults who are the worst kind of learners. If you've ever been in a room with adult learners, they did fantastic. They turned on and off the lights. They used cues. They got everybody's attention. They were remarkable. So proud of them. Thank you so much for your help. And they're recognized tonight by Dr. Carson. Thank you. No. All right, congratulations. And I see Caitlin Lease out there. Caitlin Lease, I wanted to take a moment to recognize Caitlin. She has built an incredible environment in her classroom. It's rare to find a teacher who so naturally fosters a sense of belonging for every student, regardless of their starting point. Thank you for making our students feel like valued members of your room family every single day. Thank you for being such a dedicated partner in the IEP process. I truly appreciate how open you are to trying new accommodations and your commitment to seeing our students succeed. Your willingness to be flexible and adapt makes my job easier and their progress possible. Seeing the growth our students have made in your room is amazing. You have a gift for meeting them where they are and still pushing them towards their full potential. I'm so grateful to have you as a colleague and a teammate in their corner. Submitted by Jenna Schuster. Thank you, Caitlin. Is Caitlin declining a photo op?
We're gonna do it later.
Oh, okay, all right. I accept that, All right, and I saw Barb Vallant out there, Dr. Vallant. Dr. Vallant is Curriculum Director at District 100, and she is highly deserving of recognition for her outstanding leadership and unwavering support of the 612 Social Studies teachers. Barb has made and kept her commitment to ongoing professional development for teachers on effective implementation of the inquiry process in social studies. She consistently ensures that teachers have access to instructional materials that enhance classroom learning and actively seeks teacher input on the choice of these materials. In addition, Barb has elevated the role of social studies within the district, recognizing its vital importance in preparing students to be active and informed members of society. Anyone who knows me well knows that I tend to reserve judgment until I've worked with someone long enough to truly understand their leadership and character. I can say with confidence that Barb stands out as one of the best curriculum directors I've worked with in my 25 years in D100, submitted by Dr. Kruger, BNHS Social Studies Content Leader. Congratulations, Dr. Vallant. And Dr. Vallant is also doing a delayed photo op. Is that correct? Okay, fantastic. Our last recognition is for Scott Smiley. He is again being recognized, although we couldn't get him here tonight. He is retiring after 30 years in the district and deserves a huge praise for his work for the district for 3 decades, submitted by his teammate, Brian Mensching. So congratulations again to Scott. And that is all of our board shout outs. All right, thank you and congratulations to everyone. And that's it, Mr. Herrera.
Thank you,
It's
Dr.
all
Shug. Great celebrations there. At this time, I would like to invite any board members who have anything or anyone they would like to give a shout out to.
I just wanted to say that just a thank you. I had the opportunity to attend the senior class trip with the BHS and North students. We all went to a Cubs game a few weeks ago, and I just can't get over how organized that trip was. Because with 180, seniors, I was trying to figure out how are they going to corral all these students amongst 40,000 fans. But they made that look so easy. I even texted you, Dr. Shug, like, this trip is so organized. And I just wanted to shout out those principals and the administrators at the high schools for making that trip so organized. Like, it was fun, and Cubs won, and it was a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Piggy. Anyone else?
Maybe take a minute to recognize the group that's working on the registration, helping the Perry families choose the schools where they want to send their kids for the coming school year, and in particular, Janine Hadley, for compassionately and respectfully helping them through that process.
Thank you, Mr. Giesmeyer. Anybody else? Well, congratulations to the seniors, of course. They graduated this past weekend. Wonderful job done by BHS and Belvedere North High School on their graduation ceremonies. Wonderful job, and congratulations again to the seniors. Also, something else that we picked up, if you might have heard in the graduation mention in some of those ceremonies, was the achievement of some of our students. And of course, this couldn't have been done without the help of our teachers, right? And that is the achievement and of the Illinois Seal of Biliteracy, right? So in 2022, I think we had 10 students that achieved that recognition. And this year we had 86 students between our high schools achieve that recognition. So congratulations to all those students, and congratulations to all the teachers who helped prepare these students for that. Anyone else before we move on? Okay. We will now have our student council report, starting with Belvedere North High School, presented by Lily Bowen? Okay.
Hello, I'm Lily Bame, and good evening. And I'll be doing the board report. So for Caledonia, the principal said, we are excited to celebrate our staff during Teacher Appreciation Week and thank them for their continued dedication to our students. Upcoming events include the 5th grade trip to the Sky Kart game on May 13th, Field Day on May 15th, and a 3rd grade concert at the PAC on May 21st, as well as our end of the year bash on May 22nd. We look forward to celebrating a great year with our students and families. For Lincoln, the principal stated, students are getting ready for our field day on May 21st. 5th graders are preparing for their annual multi-day walking field trip where they learn about lots of Belvedere history, and our 2nd graders will perform at the PAC in concert on May 18th. For Perry, at the annual Title I reading night, students will enjoy games with the Perry staff and walk away with some Perry swag and materials for summer work. On May 18th, we will celebrate our PTCO volunteers with a special breakfast for all their hard work at Perry. The 3rd grade students are ready to showcase their musical talents with the Disney-themed music program. Students are gearing up for the physical challenges of Field Day on May 19th. At our PBIS celebration, the students will have the opportunity to make their own ice cream sundae with an extensive selection of unlimited toppings. On the last day of school, we will recognize the many student achievements with the awards assembly. And on May 27th, we'll celebrate the 125 years of education at Perry. All alumni are welcome to visit and take the last walk through the halls of Perry. The mayor will also be delivering a proclamation. Seth Whitman, we are excited to celebrate our staff during Staff Appreciation Week and thank them for their continued dedication to our students. Events for staff appreciation have included donuts for breakfast, a snack bar lunch catered out by PTO, a coffee bar sponsored by our PTO, and a food truck sponsored by Disco Chicken. We are looking forward to our field day on May 19th for kindergarten through 5th grade. Central Middle School. On May 4th through 8th, we'll celebrate our outstanding staff for Teacher Appreciation Week, and the students have been excited to share their thank you notes to some of their favorite CMS staff members. Our students will also be wrapping up their last MAP testing session of the school year. The 8th grade students will be able to have their own dance sponsored by PBIS on May 8th as a way to end their middle school careers. We are looking forward to the last week of school where we will have the Kona Ice Truck visiting and students will be able to enjoy an assembly also hosted by PBIS to end their last day before summer. Belvedere North. We have been having numerous end of the year celebrations including ACES Awards, Scholarship Night, Senior Sunset, BPAC's Seal of Biliteracy Dinner, and graduation. Our freshman class also had the lowest amount of referrals for tardies, defiance, and technology, so they earned a trip to the movies. We are having a strong finish to the school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Lily. Okay, and we will have our student council report from Belvedere High School presented by Nahad Ross. Maybe I butchered that, but
It's okay, it's okay. I have a trick for it.
yes.
It's nausea, kind of like the side effect. I always tell people to think that's a vision.
Gotcha.
Good evening, board. I'm Nadia Ross, and I am currently going to my senior year at Belvedere High School. And I will serve as the 26-27 president in this upcoming school year. Okay, from Mr. Woloka from Washington, he said that Washington Academy has had an outstanding school year, and we are incredibly proud of the hard work and dedication shown by both our our students and staff. Their commitment to growth, learning, and supporting one another has made a meaningful impact across our school community. As we begin our countdown to summer break, we are enjoying these final weeks together and celebrating all that has been accomplished. Over at Meehan Elementary School, Mr. Smith said, we have had a great year at Meehan Elementary School. Our staff has worked diligently to implement a new curriculum, take on new challenges, meet their professional goals. We want to thank them all for all that they do for our students and our school community. We are especially proud of our students and the progress that they have made this year, particularly in reading and math. Their hard work and perseverance have resulted in meaningful academic growth. We also enjoyed a wonderful turnout for our Meehan block party. It was a great opportunity to connect families and celebrate our school community together. As we approach the end of the school year, we are looking forward to our field days during the following week and our 5th grade celebration, which will mark an important milestone for our students. Over at South Middle School, Mr. Comaris said that SMS is thrilled to share impressive growth from our spring math assessment. At BSMS, 65% of our students met or exceeded their fall to spring math projections, and over 62% met or exceeded their projections in reading, both of which exceeded our school goal. Additionally, our recently released 5 Essentials data show that student-related academic engagement also exceeded our school goal, increasing by 4 points to earn a rating of strong. Way to go, Bucks. We're finishing the school year strong with our fourth quarter ABC countdown. These daily themes have fostered a positive and an energetic environment as we approach summer break. Our spring sports season is also concluding successfully. Track and field participants represented the Bucks with pride, and our tennis and golf programs provided great opportunities for student athletes to develop new skills. Finally, we are preparing to honor our students' achievements with several upcoming ceremonies. On Wednesday, May 27th, there will be a 7th grade ceremony. Thursday, May 28th, one for 6th grade, and on May 28th at 6 p.m. in the Thunderbird Stadium, there will also be an 8th grade promotion. We're incredibly proud of everything our students have achieved this year and thank the board for its ongoing support of our mission at Belvedere South Middle School. Okay, and then close. At Belvedere High School, Mr. Lewis has said, it's senior time at BHS. We celebrated a club's victory at the class trip to Wrigley Field on April 23rd and a senior class appreciation day on April 27th as a part of Senior Spirit Week. In May, we also have seen our junior prom, school lunch hero day, teacher appreciation week, and National School Nurses Day, in addition to graduation rehearsal, our grad walks, and our commencement ceremony on May 17th. We eagerly weigh our ACT scores after a year-long effort by both staff and students to prepare. And now finally, over at Everest High School for Mr. Lascola, we have on Thursday, Everest students took a cultural trip to the Field Museum and Apple Planetarium, spending the day exploring science, history, and discovery. On the way home, the group stopped for lunch at the North Side favorite Peace Pizzeria for a local experience. Last week, Everest also had the pleasure of watching 34 members of the Everest family walk across the stage at graduation. That brings the total number of graduates for the 2026 school year to a record-setting 50 students. We are incredibly proud of each and every graduate and know that they are prepared to enter the next phase of their lives. We wish them all the best in their future endeavors. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Nadia. Okay, we will now have our board committee report, starting with the business services on May 5th. Mrs. Howe, Mr. Hemke, do you have anything you would like to highlight or share with the business regarding the business services committee minutes?
I don't think either one of us were there,
That's right.
sadly.
Okay. Mrs. Armstrong, anything you would like to highlight?
No, the majority of the items are coming up on the either consent or roll call. And we will be hearing a presentation about a facility therapy dog update.
Thank you, Mrs. Armstrong. Does anybody have any questions for Mrs. Armstrong? Okay. Moving on, we will now have our Educational Services Committee highlights. Mr. Dieselmeyer or Mr. Mueller, do you have anything you would like to highlight or share from the Ed Services Committee?
I was absent on that one.
Well, just later on the agenda tonight, we'll be talking about the portrait of a graduate and the proposed next work to follow on from that. So look forward to that discussion.
Does anyone have any questions regarding the Ed Services Committee minutes? Okay. Moving on to policy and personnel. Mrs. Young or Mr. Piggy, do you have anything you would like to highlight or share regarding the minutes of the policy and personnel committee meeting?
We were both there.
It's a start.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cut and dry. There's not too much going on.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Piggy and Mrs. Young? Or Dr. Aiden for that matter? Okay. All right, moving on. The following policies were brought forward from the Policy and Personnel Committee for first readings and will be included in the April agenda for final readings and approval. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the following policies that were brought forward for first readings? Okay. Moving on to the Parent Teacher Advisory Committee. Minutes have been provided for review. Does anyone have any questions or concerns regarding the Parent Teacher Advisory Committee meeting report? Okay, seeing none. At this time, members of the public and employees of District 100 may make public comments. As a reminder, any person appearing before the Board of Education is expected to address the board only at the appropriate time and follow the directives of the board president to maintain order and decorum, identify oneself, limit comments to 3 minutes, and conduct oneself with respect towards others, and abide by board policy 8:30, visitors to and conduct on school property. At this time, this is Jen McCormick, please come forward.
Hello, I'm Jen McCormick and I am talking as my role as BEA Vice President. So the week of May 6th through May 10th was Educator Appreciation Week, and the BEA ran a contest with submissions and giveaways each day, and each day was a different prompt, and I just wanted to share some of the things with you. It was a lot of positives, and I got 19 pages of positives, so I just want to give you the highlights because there was a lot of submissions and it was a lot of good things that are happening in our district. So Monday's prompt was why I teach. So tell us why you love teaching. Some of the responses were, the students keep me coming back. The look on their faces when learning finally clicks is priceless. I love teaching because I get to give back to the same district that helped shape who I am today. As someone who went to school in this district, it's meaningful to now be on the other side, supporting students in their growth and helping them reach their full potential. Every student has an opportunity to be successful, and I love being a part of the story. So again, pages of wonderful things. Tuesday's prompt was student wins. So share a proud moment from your classroom. An example was multiple students wrote me notes this week that said I helped them finally love and understand social studies. I had a student who I worked with in Title I reading group. On the end of the year assessment, she read the text at her grade level and had strong comprehension. At the beginning of the year, she was over a year behind. I was so proud of all of her hard work to reach her goal. Wednesday's prompt was staff shout outs. So I want to give a shout out to both Amanda Denning and Karen Armstrong. They're up at Caledonia, my 4th grade team teachers. They have been so helpful and have made my first year of teaching at Caledonia so great. I am so thankful to have them on my team. Miss Lori Gant, she's a paraprofessional at Success of Women, goes above and beyond. She sees someone needing help, and she is always there to lend a hand in need. Jody Ferris is a special education teacher at South. She makes a huge impact on students. She's always going above and beyond to ensure the students she works with receive the best support. Lisa DeYoung is a psychologist at Belvedere South Middle School, and no, I did not write this, even though I could have, because she's amazing. There are so many great things about Lisa that I can't just think of one. I love working with Lisa. She's always willing to help out when needed. She helps make meetings run smoothly and has created a system that helps make sure we don't miss students who might need help. Janet Tumunaro is a social worker at Lincoln. She's an amazing social worker. She's always willing to help our students be the best they can be, and she's amazing support to teachers as well. You can always count on her. And I know Rebecca Perry is listening, and somebody gave her a shout out of Rebecca Perry is the MVP of all things. Thursday is Real Talk, so share your funniest, most relatable, or most only in education classroom stories. If you've ever set foot in the classroom, you can probably imagine what some of those stories would be. We'll skip to Friday, which is what keeps you going. The students keep me coming back. The look on their faces when the learning finally clicks is priceless. I'm motivated by all the aha moments I see and funny things that kindergarten students say on a daily basis. And the people I work with keep me going. The best thing about District 100 are the people, the teachers in our district truly care about our kids.
Thank you, Mrs. McCormick. Okay, at this time, would Betsy Koziel please come forward?
Hey everybody, my name is Betsy Koziel. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say today. After some direction from Dr. Shug today, I had kind of redone my speech. I'm a parent in the district with 3 kids. I'm also a legal professional that deals with civil rights, specifically with ADA and EEOC items. I have a daughter in the district with special needs, and my family and I have been battling Seth Whitman for services for the past 3 years. She has ASD, ADHD, dysgraphia, and dyslexia. She's been denied ADA accommodations, FAPE, and the district has failed to properly assess her until as of recently, we've gotten IEE approved. My daughter was unable to read until last year in the 3rd grade. When we found a specialized tutor in the area that was able to work with her with the Wilson program. Our family has spent over $30,000 of our own money to ensure that my daughter is able to communicate properly with other children, that she can read, write, and do math. Dr. Shug and Dr. Ady have listened to my grievances multiple times and have been very nice when I have called them. But unfortunately, at the district or at the school level, we have faced many challenges. Me being in the legal field, I understand ADA and I defend these cases on a daily basis for my employer, which is a private equity medical firm. And I can tell you when I see an ADA violation, I know it. And unfortunately, we have had many, which is why the grievance is not hit, because over the 12 months, we have seen 4 administrators violate ADA and have no empathy for the fact. I'm asking this district to take a look at the special education program to ensure that it is comprehensive and testing kids to their disabilities to ensure they're receiving the proper services. I would also like to volunteer my services to be a voice to other parents and teachers who face retaliation like my family has when voicing their concerns. That's all I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Cozio. At this time, would Mrs. Beth Stuckey please come forward?
Good evening, I'm Beth Stuckey and I'm here as an executive board member on the BEA. As part of an ongoing effort of the BEA to share the life of your D100 teachers, I have brought tonight a list of the computer systems an elementary teacher uses on a regular basis. Some of these systems are called Student Information Systems, SIS, while others are Learning Management Systems, LMSs, and others are digital assessment and curriculum platforms, and still others have other acronyms for their type. I will follow up with an email list to explain each one, but knowing I only have less than 2 minutes and 24 seconds, I'll dig into the list. The whole Google package, Gmail, GChat, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Parent Square, eSchool, Mastery Connect, GoGuardian, Panorama, PBIS apps, Benchmark, Envision, Canvas, Canva, Discovery Ed, Second Step, Skyward, Red Rover, Success Maker, Sweet Process, Swank Movies, Papercut, FMX Facility Work Orders, KickUp, GCN Training Materials. My personal favorite in there is the slip and fall prevention movie I get to watch each year. Help Desk, Frontline, Follett, Reflex, NWEA Map, Learn Platform. Some specialist teachers also enjoy Art of Education, the Lou, and there are many, many others for my middle school, high school, and special education colleagues. And I believe I've probably missed some along the way. I'm left to wonder what the total cost of these systems are, the operational cost for our district to have access, and the man-hour cost of teachers to gather, enter, analyze, share, and respond to all the information. Might these systems have overlapping features? And is there a potential to reduce systems to streamline use and financial savings? Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Stuckey. Okay, at this time, would Mrs. Nicole Hill please come forward?
Hi, my name is Nicole Hill. I'm here as a parent of a Belvedere North girls flag football player. I'm speaking tonight because there are serious concerns with the girls flag football program may be at the risk next year due to district budget cuts. I first contacted the AG on April 30th to ask whether there was a coach in place and whether the season was expected to run as usual. The response I received was that the district had asked him to remove the position, and with the budget cuts, he was not sure if the program would be effective. I followed up again because families and players were hearing that more likely there would more likely not be a season. His response was that nothing had been discussed or decided yet. So tonight I'm asking, who is making this decision? What is the actual cost to run this program? What options have been explored before cutting an entire Girls Athletic opportunity? This program has only existed for 2 years, but it has already created meaningful opportunities for female athletes. Girls have received college interest. One player signed with Millikan University to play on their flag football program. Current players who want to continue, and many incoming freshmen who want the chance to play. This is not a program without interest, purpose, or value. If budget is the concern, then I'm asking for clear numbers. How much is needed to save their season? If the girls raise the money, can they have their season? If outside grants, scholarships, donations, or community support are available, will the district pursue them? If coaching is part of the issue and someone is willing to volunteer, help fill that role, can they have their season? I've already reached out to USA Football and the Chicago Bears Community Relations Department to ask about possible grants, resources, and support. I'm willing to help look for solutions, but families cannot solve a problem if we are not told what the actual need is. I'm also asking the district to review Title IX compliance before any decision is made to remove this program. I understand that Title IX may not require one specific sport to exist forever, but it does require equal athletic opportunities and equal treatment overall for male and female athletes. That includes participation, opportunities, equipment, coaching, facilities, scheduling, support services, publicity, yada yada. I also understand booster funds may be raised for specific programs, but if one athletic program is receiving significant outside support while an entire girls athletic program is at risk due to budget cuts, the district needs to review the overall equity of athletic opportunities, benefits, and treatment. Before cutting girls flag football, the district should look carefully at whether athletic spending, booster support benefits, and available resources are being handled in a way that protects equal opportunities for our female athletes. I'm asking the board also not to rely only on internal reviews. If the girls flag football is being considered to be eliminated, I'm asking that they authorize an independent third-party Title IX athletics equity review before any decision is made. If the district is confident that cutting this program will not create a Title IX issue, then an independent review should confirm that before the program is removed. These girls help build this program. If their season is at risk, the district should be transparent with the athletes, families, and stakeholders. I only found out because of rumors, and I reached out to the AD and asked if these rumors were true. Otherwise, I would have had no idea.
Thank you, Mrs. Hill. Okay, at this time, would Mrs. Dawn Smith please come forward?
Good evening, I am Dawn Smith. I am the district manager for Organic Life. I've been here for a whole 3 months, so it's been quite the experience. I will say that it's been a very positive experience. I don't think I've ever seen students that are so polite. It just amazes me. So on behalf of Organic Life, I want to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude for being part of this incredible district. Serving District 100 has been a privilege for these 3 months, and Organic Life has been here before me, of course. And we are deeply thankful for the community, for the superintendent, for the CFO, the school board, and its parents who are deeply invested in the success of their students. And we thank you for your trust and support.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, would Mr. Matt Zickert please come forward?
Yeah, a couple of things I'd like to say really quick is one, the biliteracy thing that we did, and I think is a wonderful thing. I think we just need to keep in mind that somebody had told me that as we expand that and we have more kids do that, the kids that choose running start, that may be a difficult task for them to get the state seal and do running start at the same time. So maybe we can find a way to resolve that. The other thing on the spending, when people talk about spending, I still think we need to prioritize and look at what we spend money on. And it's gonna get tougher. We've been blessed with a fair amount of money from evidence-based funding that we would have never had before. So we've gotten a lot more money than we've had before. I think we just have to now, because I think it's gonna go the other way a little. If you look at what the governor says on a lot of stuff, we need to be a little more scrutinized, it even better. I'd like to compliment the retirees. We've lost a lot of talent there. I saw the list, a lot of wonderful teachers. My daughter still talks about Mr. Page 10 years later. Megan, you want to ask him one time what he thinks of Iowa, University of Iowa. I won't comment, but he has an opinion on that. And I think, I look at the Caledonians here today. My kids will tell you, and my wife will too, that they had a wonderful experience at Caledonia. It was a wonderful school. I work with another high school principal, Jim Parker, whose kids all went to Caledonia. He'll tell you Caledonia was the best elementary school there ever was, in his opinion. So, we do a lot of wonderful things in the district. The other thing I want to talk about was when I saw it on there that got me to come here was the 6280, the grading policy. As some of you remember, that was a real contentious issue when I first got on the board. And we did some tweaks to it, and some people weren't happy and some were, but I think a little validation is we haven't changed it back. There's a lot of opportunities to change it back. The other thing I want to caution you about is after reading it again, just recently, is that when it talks about promotion and how kids move up the grades, we don't do social promotion. I think there's a lot of teachers that would disagree with that, especially in the middle schools. So their comment to me was, ask the question of, if failure is considered 2 core classes or more, how many kids have failed 2 or more classes or more, and how many spots do we have for them, even in remediation, even if they take it? And look at the number and make up your own mind. I also think we also have to think about too, is if they don't do it, what are we going to do? Because if you read that policy, it means they shouldn't get promoted. And I know, at least from anecdotal evidence, we probably do that still. Last thing was early childhood. I know we talk a lot about early childhood, and that's going to be a big topic, whether we build a new thing or not. That'll be later. But I just want to caution, I just read recently about how we're in a reading deficit, and that it has to do with not teaching phonics, which we're doing again. So look at play-based education and stuff like that, the same way maybe with Lucy Calkins and Examine It is. We're back to phonics now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zickert. Okay, at this time, would Mr. Dan Snow please come forward?
Again, thank you for your service, but I'm here to talk to you about the Perry School closing. I think you guys made a poor decision, except for Mr. Mueller. And contrary to your comments, I've heard nothing but bad news as far as people having big issues with getting the schools that they want and or splitting up families. So, and you may see me every month to reiterate these things. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Snow. Okay, at this time, would Mr. Andrew Kitson please come forward?
All right. Tonight I stand here disappointed, frustrated, honestly angry that I have to come before this board yet again over the treatment of Perry teachers and staff. This very board stood right here and said, take care of them. Those were your words. So shame on every single board member who failed to follow through to make sure administration actually did what you promised. Because from what I have seen, not only were they not taken care of, they were treated as an inconvenience during one of the most difficult moments of their professional lives. A taxpayer should not have to email Dr. Shug to make sure promises are being kept. Yet here I am doing exactly that. Packing supplies were promised. I took time off work to help my wife pack. Those materials were not there. They only showed up after I sent an email asking where they were. When they finally arrived, boxes and tape. No tape dispensers. Think about how ridiculous that is. Have you ever tried to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without a knife? Pretty ridiculous, isn't it? That's exactly the level of planning and support this administration provided to teachers packing up years, in many cases decades, of their classrooms. That is not taking care of people. That is disrespect. The more FOIA requests I file, the worse this situation looks. Dr. Shug, why were survey questions changed after they were voted on? Why were phase 2 costs added to the survey that was supposedly only about phase 1 projects? Why was this community repeatedly told there was no money for Perry because costs had gone up, when the actual numbers show that Perry's project cost went down by $2 million. Why was maintenance told last summer to remulch every playground except Perry? Because it was supposedly going to close. Weird how that was done last summer and the vote hadn't happened. That tells me this decision was being made long before the public was led to believe it was. And even now, this administration cannot stop twisting the knife. During Teacher Appreciation Week, emails celebrating staff went out to schools across the district, while Perry was completely left out. Completely. At this point, the message from the administration is crystal clear. Perry teachers and staff do not matter to you. And if you don't believe that, we had one Perry retiree here tonight. The only person didn't get a card. Coincidence? I think not. Now we move on to the FOIA requests themselves. Delays, extensions, excuses. I was even asked to approve an additional extension, and I did out of respect and professionalism. Maybe this administration should try showing some respect in return, because things inside this administration are looking dirtier and dirtier by the day. If anyone here believes that avoiding email conversations somehow protects from public record requests, you should know this. FOIA does not begin and end with emails. I know exactly what can be requested. I will continue requesting it. The community deserves answers, the staff deserves honesty, and Perry deserves far better than what this administration has given. I got emails for a FOIA request tonight where we needed an extension. I was asked, they took the 5 days, the 5-day extension after that. I was personally reached out to and asked if they could have an additional week for that FOIA request. And you know the response I got after I agreed to it? I got that we can't send those emails because they're too burdensome, because they could have opinions, they could have planning in there. We'll see what the Attorney General says apparently. Because if I ask for Nexus for emails, all of a sudden we can't get it.
Thank you, Mr. Kitson. Okay, anyone else that would like to step forward and speak? Okay. Here are none. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda items number 2 through 19 as presented?
I move.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. Member Hemke made the motion. Member Hauk seconded the motion to approve consent agenda items number 2 through 19 as presented. Discussion? Okay, here none. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mrs. Young. Aye. Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, next on our agenda is our roll call items, action items, starting with the revisions to the existing Board of Education policies. Are there any policies under roll call any members of the board would like to take out for separate consideration? Okay, here are none. Do I have a motion and a second to approve roll call action items number 1 through 4 as presented?
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay. Member Dieselmeyer made the motion. Member Hauk seconded the motion to approve the roll call action items number 1 through 4. Revisions to existing Board of Education policies 6:280, grading and promotion. Policy 7:190, student behavior. Policy 7:220, bus conduct. And policy 7:260, exemption from physical education as presented. Any discussion?
I
Roll
guess
call.
I'm gonna
Oh, go ahead.
touch base on what Matt was talking about on the 280. Reiterate what he was.
I can sort of speak to that. Policy 6280 is the grading and promotion policy. It has gone through multiple reviews over the years. You can sort of see it was revised in December of May 18th, 2020, July 19th, 2021, December 18th, 2023, and reviewed December 2022, November 2023, November 2025, and again, April 6th, 2026. We cycle through those policies fairly regularly, but it went through some major revisions during the time when the district had made some shifts in its grading policy, and the board wanted to put, I think, more restrictions around that policy. So they developed a policy that is a little bit of a departure from the press policy. At this time, there was very minor changes recommended to this policy, but the policy remains essentially the same, which I think is what Mr. Zickert's point was, is that the policy remains essentially the same moving forward, with the addition of significant in that first line. If the superintendent or designee recommends a significant change to the approved system for grading and promotion, it shall be presented prior to implementation to the board for consideration and approval. The committee discussed the addition of that term significant, I think over the course of 2 different meetings, because it was a little bit of a hindrance when small changes needed to be made to try to bring that before the board and get that approved. It was sort of getting in the way of some of the aberrations. So after discussion and review, that word significant was added there so that no significant change can be made to the grading and promotion policy.
And
Is that?
I would just add too that we did delay it a meeting
Yeah.
to talk about it more, and there were teachers there, and there were both board members were present, and we felt confident with what it is and what the discussion was around it.
Dr. Carson, anything you wanted to, did I speak okay to that? I should
Those were
probably
the
let you
changes
go.
that were made. You did a very nice job.
All right, well, thank you, Dr. Carson. So that is the change I think Mr. Zickert was referencing in the policy.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mrs. Houghton. Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Okay.
It's the best part of the meeting. It's coming up right now.
Oh, here we go. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the request to expand the school facility therapy dog to Belvedere South High School as presented?
Hi, everybody. It's good to see you all again.
Do we want to get a motion?
Let's get we'll get the motion first.
Okay.
And then,
I move.
okay.
Second.
Okay, member Hemke made the motion, member Piggy seconded the motion to approve the request to expand the school facility therapy dog and to Belvedere South Middle School as presented.
All right, good to see you all. Liz Sherman, assistant principal at Belvedere High School. Just to kind of remind everybody, last year around this time, you all approved for us to do a pilot program with the therapy dog. Initially, we had proposed for it to be at North. During that process, we were asked to split her between both buildings, between North and DHS. So she has been doing that for the last year. I'll provide an update on that. This is Dixie. So she comes to Belvedere North, and then on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then Tuesday and Friday she goes to BHS. I also have with me Lisa Warnley, and she is the co-founder of Canines for Comfort. So I asked her to come and just give an overview to you guys about what Canines for Comfort does in their organization, and then I'll provide you an update on how this has been going this year at BHS.
All right, thank you for having me. As Liz said, I'm one of the co-founders of Canines for Comfort. We've been in existence since November of 2017. Our first placement of a dog was in May of 2019. We started off placing psychiatric service dogs with individuals and then expanded after doing some pilot work, placing facility dogs in schools with first responders. Now we have them in hospitals and in domestic violence shelters. So really, if you think about any place where a dog can help someone feel better, feel differently about themselves, that's the place to put the dog. We go through a rigorous training program. Our dogs are not, we don't do service dog in the box or facility dog in the box. We don't say, hey, come get your dog, pick it up. The handler has to go through our training program. It's critical. That way we know that the handler knows how the dog was trained. We can observe the dog and the handler in a controlled environment to make sure it's a good match and a good fit. And we kind of have like a little family going on. We've had 52 placements. in that short time, almost 9 years. 8 of those have been in schools, 2 at the high school level, 1 in a therapeutic day school, the rest at the elementary level. This year we are starting to do, or I should say, we've positioned it this year, so in the fall, we're going to start doing surveys across the board so that all the schools are asking the same questions or similar questions, so we can really understand that impact and we can share that data with future schools that have an interest. Any questions?
So Liz, are you her handler?
I'm one of 4 handlers.
So is there somebody else at BHS then?
Yes, so
Okay.
I'm her primary handler, so in your packet, you guys have a little like thing like this, so the primary handler is the person that the dog goes home with, they live with, I'm responsible for getting her to the vet, the groomer, and all of those things. And then she also has a secondary handler, so she's got a secondary handler at North, and then she also has 2 handlers at BHS. So also part of the program is there needs to be 2 handlers for the dog, so if I get called away, if I have to go to the ambulance with a student, there's somebody else at school who can take care of the dog during that time. Same thing while she's at BHS. So at North, one of our social workers is her secondary handler, and then at BHS, we have Momo, who's their SSI person, as well as one of their social workers is her handler over there. So generally for handlers, I can kind of talk about the program and how we've gotten her implemented into the schools. It's important their handler isn't somebody who's in the classroom all the time, right? Because when you're in the classroom, your primary focus is the students are in front of me all the time. I can't be in charge of this dog while we're doing that. But we do allow for teachers to request the dog to go in. So for example, last month, our reading teacher at North did a reading article where students learned about service dogs and different types of, the difference between service dogs and therapy dogs and what types of dogs they may encounter when they had to do like text referencing and pointing some things out. So it just happened to be a great lesson. We're like, hey, can Dixie come to class today and see that? So I took Dixie to class for that. On a normal basis, she spends a lot of her day in social work groups with those students, those tier 3 groups, working through that. Same thing with her SSI students. She spends time in the cafeteria. So tier 1 students get some time to interact with her and do all of that. And also in the end of your packet, I asked each of the handlers to write a little ditty for her. I'm just gonna read you what I wrote so that I can talk about my experience with her. I said, Dixie is excited to come to work every day. She knows the routine, easily identifies when she needs to be on and ready to work, and when she needs to chill out and wait for what's next. The early arrivals get a special treat every morning, watching Dixie jump to the grass and making her way to the door. I'm pretty sure she's the most excited person to come to work every day. Before school, she hangs out on the street, waiting staff to come in and make copies. There's always a toy ready to be thrown in case somebody wants to play fetch and interact with her that way. There's a couple staff who are notorious for coming in and asking for Dixie's toy stick to play fetch with her in the morning. She spends her days split between me and our social worker. She attends many social work groups and is a calming presence in our student services wing. Sometimes she has to attend IEP meetings with us, and many families have been excited that Dixie has been in their meeting and they enjoy getting to pet a dog when they come in. Her presence has helped families relax and break the ice with conversations. They don't feel as intimidated in a conference room at a table with a big IEP team. And being the AP who oversees special education in our building, I just want to ask that sometimes it's really intimidating for a parent to walk in and there's 15 people sitting at the table and they might only know the names of like 3 or 4 of them. So when they walk in and they see a dog and we can just talk about something, it's just a really nice way to really break that down. I've had the pleasure of watching Dixie bring out the best and brightest sides of her students. While she has a positive therapeutic impact on her students with emotional challenges, she's also been able to get more resources to open up and share their strengths with more people. I really saw this last summer we were doing our link leader training. When we select link leaders, we select students of a variety and cross-section of our building. And something that's really cool about that is a lot of those students have never been a leader before. They've never been out in front of people. And we're really asking them to push themselves to do those things. And students are doing things they've never seen themselves do before. And when I had Dixie last summer at link leader training, I had some really reserved kids. And once Dixie got in there with them, they really started to open up and gain a lot of confidence. And so that was really a good thing for me to get to watch. But I also love watching her interact with our essential elements, our life skills students at lunch. Last year, we had one of our essential elements students who had brain surgery, and he lost some of his speech clarity as part of that. So every day when he comes to lunch, when Dixie's there, he always asks her to sit, he asks her down, and he like plays with her and interacts with her. And if he doesn't say things clearly, she doesn't respond. So it's just really informal way for him to practice his speech clarity, and he gets to play with Dixie while he's at it. So she's just been the best addition to our building. And then a few months ago, one of the social workers at South reached out to me and said, hey, I'm really interested in us expanding this to South. Would you help me with it? And of course I said yes. So since then, Kristen Alberg and not Kristen Alberg, Kristen Andrus, thank you. And Ben Comer were interested in us expanding the program to South. So that's why we're here, and that's what promotion is, and this is Dixie. So
And I just have to take a minute to shout out Ms. Sherman. I mean, this was really her vision, her idea, and she brought this to the district. I mean, and has done this at absolutely no cost to the district, just truly out of the kindness in her heart to do this program for us here. And it's the sort of innovative, positive thing that we just want to encourage across the district. It's been a real difference maker, and I just think it's been extraordinary. And we also are really grateful to Canines for Comfort, who have also allowed us to do this at no additional cost in terms of the dog and the training and all the things that go into that. It's a really, really positive community partnership, and it makes a difference for kids and makes a difference for me when I go into the buildings and I get to see Dixie. It definitely makes everybody's day. So thank you for being here tonight, and I appreciate what you've done with this.
Any questions, comments?
Can I swap my dog out for that training?
The only question I had, and I'm a dog lover, so I'm totally in favor of this. When I see Dixie, I feel like how the students must feel when they see Dixie, and it's just, it's an uplifting thing. Usually, if you're a dog lover, the question I ask is, do we have any rider or anything that we have to have on our insurance in order to have dogs?
we have an opt-out form, and Joanna, if you want to expand on this, if I don't answer, well, no, please do. So, I sent out an opt-out form at the beginning of the year for families if they don't want to interact with the dog, we can do that. Last year, we had one student opt out, and this year we didn't have any. I'm not sure if VHS had any in their building. I just swallowed a hairball, but she's good now. Do you have anything to add on?
Yeah, as far as with our insurance, we have let them know that we have the therapy dog, facility dog there. There was no additional incurred liability cost to the district for having that. It is very similar to a service animal in that we're using it as a therapeutic facility dog for our students.
Okay, awesome.
Is she hypoallergenic though?
If there is such a thing, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's pretty much no shed.
Yeah.
I have dog hair on, so I have to myself.
No, I've heard great things about her.
All right.
And we select all of our dogs based on their temperament. We don't go with a certain breed. So if you go to our website or even looking on the, even on looking at the information that I passed along, and we have dogs from a little Maltipoo to a Great Dane. It really depends on the need of the person or the organization and what they're looking for. But first and foremost, it's based on their personality and their disposition.
Thank you.
She's part doodle.
She is.
What I cross with, don't know.
We don't DNA test the dogs. I mean, it's up to the recipient if they choose to do that, but since we give our dogs for free, we try to keep our costs.
All right, any questions, comments? Any further questions, comments? I know this is gonna be hard, but who can resist Dixie? Roll call, please.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mrs. Howe. Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, do I have a motion and a second to award the recommended equipment and install suppliers for Meehan Elementary School playground as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I guess I'll second it just to discuss it.
Okay. Member Piggy made the motion. Member Mueller seconded the motion to approve the recommended equipment and install suppliers, landscape structures, equipment, Katie landscape install, and new toys, which is soft surfacing for Meehan Elementary School playground as presented. Discussion?
Seems kind of expensive. Some of the stuff.
Who would we like to speak to this?
Sean, would you like to speak to the cost for the playground?
Sure.
One thing I was looking at was kind of $6,500 to truck it from Minnesota. Seems a bit expensive, considering it's only 300 and some miles up there. But
So, essentially what it is we work with one company, and what they do is, because we selected doing the soft, platform for the playground.
yeah, soft surface.
Yep, that, we go with the recommendation, just as we did last, I think 2 years ago with, Washington School. And, there's a combined total of 224, 413 for all three of the, components of putting it in. So the landscape structures, that is just for the equipment that we're purchasing. And then the Katie landscape, that is just to install the structures. And then we work through New Toys, who is actually the landscape structures rep, who we've been working with as a district, 30 years. And they put the soft surface in for us. And it's a pretty cool process. The one thing that we can do at Meehan versus Washington is we can actually put it in a grade instead of up on a 12-inch berm. So we are working with a charity group that goes around the country and removes the current playground, and they will install them worldwide. So the whole process takes about 3 weeks. Are there any questions in particular that you'd like to answer?
I guess who supplies the trucking for it, or the shipping costs for the landscape structures, the actual playground equipment? Do they hire the company to truck it, or? I was just looking through the bid here of $6,500 for trucking. That's what I thought.
Yes, for the trucking of materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They supply it. That's
right. And everything New Toys, like I said, is the authorized or is our local dealer for landscape structure. There's nobody else that we can work with locally for landscape structures.
Sean, what is the urgency of this project?
The urgency is the fact that there are structures on Meehan's playground that we can no longer get parts for. So as that happens, we would have to, let's say that there's a bridge right now that they no longer make parts for. If there is a break in a bridge, we have to basically take the bridge out and tape it off or board it off. I don't know if anybody who's here remembers the situation that we had at Washington School. We actually had plywood up because we were in a situation where they no longer made parts. Is that something that's gonna happen tomorrow, next month, next school year? It's hard to say. The equipment there, I believe, is 20+ years old.
And this is part of the phase 1 facility plan that was already approved, and it's coming out of the capital projects fund, which is not, again, associated with the operational funds that we're
Okay.
using those funds for. This was one of the projects that were identified.
Yeah, and we, the last time we worked with this company as well, it was through a co-op. We did talk to other companies previously for the Washington project. And we wound up going with the landscape structures.
because of the availability and quality product. And it was a bonus that they were part of a co-op that the board agreed that we could purchase products through, such as this time. Right now, what we're trying to do is we're getting to if we know the term lean, that means that we're trying to get the same companies for the same parts. So we're not carrying 15 different parts for 15 different manufacturers. And we're also going off of the co-op price, but more importantly, for the relationship that we've had with them in the past.
I guess you're mentioning that they don't make parts for some of the stuff anymore. And why can't we make some of the parts? Is that kind of a liability issue?
Liability issues, yeah. There are certain things, even on the playgrounds, that my department, I will not touch due to liability. There is a great number of things that we do. I did send one of my supervisors and one of my staff members to be nationally certified through playground inspections, and they finished that, I believe, 2 months ago. So we can have we're more aware of the things that we can touch and the things that we shouldn't touch.
It's pretty sad we gotta, due to liability, go out and spend 200 grand on when it's probably something that could be fixed pretty easily.
It's just like when you buy wood for a bleacher, extremely expensive. It's pretty much the same type of wood that you would get at a lumber yard, but there's the liability that goes along with that, and you are purchasing the liability insurance, via the company.
Where did this come in compared to the projected cost?
I'm sorry.
Where did this price come in compared to the projected?
That came in under budget. The budget for the whole playground package was 303. The cost is 220 something. Cost is 224, 413. And that would go in this summer. Get ready for next winter.
What's the warranty on the equipment?
I don't have that. I'm not gonna
And
speculate. Right now. Yeah, I will get back to you on that though. And the warranty was part of one of the reasons why we went with landscape last time, but I'm not gonna quote. I have too many numbers made up for that to speculate. I can tell you it's going to be the industry, at least the industry standards for playgrounds.
What is the material? Is it composite or is it?
Composite and metal. Metal posts, typically the slab material. It's no longer the metal slides where you get burned all the way down. So it's all composite.
Do you know the warranty of the ground? The 3.5 inch?
Typically, life expectancy is between 12 and 15 years. With upkeep.
What is the current condition of the? What currently is the groundwork
Right now
at
we have,
Meehan?
Yep, right now we have mulch, and you have to have at least 12 inches of mulch. Problem with mulch is that it's not very ADA friendly. So what happens is that the student can't get to the center of the playground. And a lot of times, you're gonna notice like on your swings, there's always those big divots. Kids play, kids fall. And we're consistently every morning going out there and re-raking the mulch. We do hire a company that comes in once a year and they'll actually spray the mulch in. It's not the mulch that you buy at Home Depot. It has to be a certified mulch for edges and for size. So that is really expensive. And that, Holly, you were here and Jorge as well. I remember when I first got here, I think what was it, almost $200,000 we had to spend to take all the old mulch out and turn it into sawdust. So that too is another benefit of the soft surface. The soft surface we put in over at Washington, nothing but positive remarks. It is so cool. It is so cool to see grandparents out there with their grandkids. You know, that there's a stability to it, but also a really cool portion.
When does construction start?
I'm sorry, sir?
When does construction start?
Probably in June, I believe, right mid-June. So pretty much right away. We do have the company, the donation company coming in right after school ends to see if any of that is viable. But demolition happens fairly quickly. Usually takes about a day or so.
And would the playground require new fencing around it?
It doesn't require it, but we did put fencing in around Meehan's playground, I believe, a year and a half ago. So that turned out beautiful, really nice. I do believe that most of our playgrounds are fenced, and that is a goal. That's my personal goal, to make sure that getting to the point that all our playgrounds are fenced. I think we have Washington.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you, Mr. Winter. Thank you, Brett. Roll call, please.
Mr. Piggy,
Aye.
Mr. Mueller,
Aye.
Mr. Hemke,
Aye.
Mrs. Young,
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer,
Aye.
Mrs. Hope, Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the Belvedere North High School woodshop remodel as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, Member Diesmeyer made the motion, Member Piggy seconded the motion to approve the Belvedere North High School woodshop remodel as presented. Discussion?
I think it's important to note on this project, this is the money that is being used for this project is the direct allocation from Representative Bella that was in the state budget allocated strictly for Belvedere CTE programming. And we modeled this project to capitalize on those funds alone. So this is going to be funded through that project to capture that. The part of this project is in order to keep it at scope, we did make a few changes to it in taking out some big garage doors that would make that access. But we wanted to keep it within the scope. We got Representative Bella's okay on those changes and what they wanted to do. But these funds have to be encumbered by the end of June. So we want to potentially get this project through. We can, if the board would like more information, we want to make sure we had enough time. It doesn't have to be fully spent by June, but we do have to have the encumbrance of those funds to be able to utilize them.
And again, as Mrs. Armstrong noted, I mean, really important to note that Representative Bella has consistently advocated for funding for our CTE programming here in the district. And we are very appreciative for that partnership and for that funding, which has helped us to do some projects that we otherwise would not have been able to do. So, and this is definitely an example of that.
Okay, any questions, comments?
This wasn't a matching type of we didn't have to match a funding on this particular project.
No. Yeah, nor I think almost any of the funding that we've secured in that fashion. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, the direct allocations, we don't match. The state maintenance grant, we have to match. That's a matching grant when the state gives us
the roof.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is fully funded by that?
Yes.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dieselmeyer,
Aye.
Mr. Piggy,
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the middle school schedule research study proposal as presented?
So
Second.
Okay. Member Hawk made the motion, member Hemke seconded the motion to approve the middle school schedule research study proposal as presented. Discussion?
I'd just like to point out that this is in alignment with our strategic plan goal 2 that we've done a schedule study at the high school and the elementary, and this is our opportunity to take a look at the middle school. And it really is looking at how we are using our staff and our time and our schedule to maximize the learning benefits for our students. So we'll be taking a look at our math instructional time, how we provide interventions. We've added a lot of programming since we adopted our middle school schedule many years ago, from our accelerated math programming to dual language. And so then also looking at how we can maximize time and space in our middle school. So a lot of interests that have been shared with us that we're going to investigate next fall for our middle school schedule.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the District 100 Portrait of a Graduate as presented?
I move.
Second.
Okay. Member Hemke made the motion. Member Dietzelmeyer made the seconded the motion to approve the District 100 Portrait of a Graduate as presented. Discussion?
I just want to give the context that we've worked on this project throughout the year. You guys had the opportunity to recognize some of the students who helped facilitate. It was a really neat process in which we had student facilitators leading the conversation. And really it's given all the uncertainty that there is on what the future holds for our students, what are the most important competencies for us to help them develop while they're with us, so that they're prepared for whatever path in life they want to follow, whether that's in the post-secondary or straight into the workforce, the military, or to start their own business, hopefully here in Belvedere. And so the students led us through that process. And so what you have is a revision of what we had adopted with our strategic plan a few years ago. And the next item, I'll explain what we'll do with that next. So, and I want to thank all of the board members who participated on the committee as well. So thank you for your investment of time and energy.
And I would also thank Dr. Carson for all of his hard work on this. I think really, really exciting project here. We've talked a lot about the strategic plan and wanting to sort of pull it together with a vision for the future. And I think this really has done it. We did have a portrait of a graduate, but by really going through, taking the time, having a student-led, student voice forward process, I think was inspirational. Truly, I felt very moved by the process, the student involvement, and I think it's going to really forecast a bright future for the district. And I look forward to what Dr. Carson's going to talk about in terms of next steps.
Yeah, Dr. Carson, I just also want to say, I really appreciate and just want to give you kudos for how you led it. You led it with efficiency and you met the objectives. You included a broad range of inputs and demographics, and I think it created a great framework. So anyway, you inspired me through this process. It was really great to see it play out, and I think it created a really great inspired framework for many, many years to come, and inspired by students and parents, and so really did a good job. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the research study proposal, Portrait of a Graduate Strategic Plan Phase 2 as presented?
So. Second.
Okay, Member Hauk made the motion, Member Hemke seconded the motion to approve the research study proposal, Portrait of a Graduate Strategic Plan Phase 2 as presented. Any discussion?
If I could just explain, so really this breaks down, like I said, this is building off of the Portrait of a Graduate you just approved, so thank you for that approval. And so the first step in the process is to break down that end goal into what does it look like in elementary school, what does it look like in middle school, to start to map what are we already doing that helps students to develop those competencies. We're doing lots of great work to help students develop those. And then what are some improvements, opportunities that we need to help create for kids. And then the second phase is to take a look at what are each of the layers of our organization. I talked during the workshop I did with you on scorecarding. We talked about that through line of how it starts with the students, and then we think about what the teachers have to do to help the students. So it follows that same thinking out through the layers of our organization. And so we'll develop a portrait of an educator, of a school leader, of a district support. And then using all of that information, identify going forward, what's the work we have to do if we really want to have this for our students, if we really want them to achieve these outcomes and that vision that we've cast, what are the most important top level strategies that we need to focus on, which I would envision would be a combination of let's really double down on the work that we're already doing here and maybe add a little something on there. So this will help to chart a path then for us for a revised strategic plan at the end of that process.
Any questions? Comments?
This is more of an ongoing project then, like it's a 1-2 year plan type of project.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so this phase, I'm envisioning that we would be able to work through this all by the end of next school year. So around spring break, we have a plan to bring to you. And I think we can then roll that into even some extended work with our facilities, the work that we've been doing with facilities as well. Yeah.
Great. I'm excited about it.
Me too.
I think it's very ambitious, and all that I would say is just don't short circuit any element of it, and make sure that it's methodically builds upon each thing, not too many things in parallel, because I do think that there is a lot of value in the different elements that you're trying to create here, building upon the Portrait of a Graduate. So that's just my only comment there is just don't short circuit to try to get too much done at once. But I like the plan.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, roll call please.
Mrs. Hauk. Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the secure entrances scope 3 and 4 rebid as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, Member Dieselmeyer made the motion, Member Hauk seconded the motion to approve the secure entrance scope 3 and 4 rebid and recommended bidders for construction work of scope 4, general trades and work scope 8, aluminum glass and glazing as presented. Any discussion?
I would like to point out that with, when the board went with the option to not award that bid from the first bidding and go out to rebid, this rebid did actually result in us coming, reducing that bid by $2.2 million. So when we said that first bid was out of line, I really just wanted to make sure that we took note of that rebidding this process did save us $2.2 million.
Maybe we could rebid it again.
Any other questions or comments?
This has no bids received for site concrete.
Yes.
What happens? that?
So that was one of the discussions that we had at Business Services, and you'll see the next two agenda items. One is the abatement, which was bid separately, so that would be there. And then this was the second time we bid concrete and have not gotten any responses. So there is another agenda item for site concrete work, in which Nexus had talked with one of the vendors on the general trades, I believe. And they are willing to incorporate that concrete work into their bid and be able to do that. And that's why there is a request for possible action on the concrete change order. So if we wanted to try to bid it again, it would be a third time. We could definitely go that route. But within the realm of those bids and what we projected was, the contractor is willing to do that work within reasonable of what we budgeted. And I'm looking towards Brent because I know he can talk more when we get to that one if you guys have a lot more questions, but that's the gist of the concrete work. We are proposing go as a change order to our general trades to allow them to get that work done. But regardless, if we do award the rebid process for those bids and the abatement, we could start work even if we wanted to potentially try to bid for a third time. That concrete award isn't, we hope to move forward today, but it's not going to hold up the progress that we need to start working on these secure entrances as soon as possible to get them done before school starts at most of our locations.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the secure entrances abatement as presented?
Make the motion.
Second.
Okay, member Dietzelmeyer made the motion, member Peggy seconded the motion to approve the secure entrances abatement and award all recommended bidders for construction and asbestos abatement work as presented. Discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the secure entry site concrete change order as presented?
I move.
Second.
Okay. Member Hemke made the motion. Member Piggy seconded the motion to approve the secure entry concrete change order to Cord Construction as presented. Any discussion?
How much concrete work are we talking about? Some flat work, some footings, maybe for the.
I'm going to defer to Brent.
So this work includes, so the secure entry project covers, 9 of the buildings, 10 buildings. This includes, majority of the work at, Belvedere High School, where we're redoing the entire south parking lot. So there's curbing and sidewalks along and around part of that entire parking lot. It also includes sidewalks at entries to make adjustments for the new secure entries at, all of the other buildings. The scope and the amount of scope varies by building, but it's covered. There'll be the work at all.
So curb work and flat work,
I'm sorry.
curb work and flat work.
Curb work and flat, yeah.
And that was the 319,000, what they.
Correct.
I'm assuming you probably couldn't get anybody to do the curb work. I mean, anybody can do flat work.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising that we didn't get bids the first 2 times. It's not that complicated.
Did you try separating it out?
No, we did not try separating it out. But we did get, when we worked with the contract with the vendor from the general trades package,
They did get 2 bids themselves. So the 319 is the lower of the 2.
Oh, so these are the 2 bids that Core got.
Yeah, Core got, correct.
They're essentially gonna subcontract that as part of theirs. So, when you look at the difference of the 319 versus the 409, vastly different quotes that they got, even themselves to do that type of work.
How many yards are we talking?
So I couldn't even speculate. Yeah, I
got maybe for 400 or 319,000. You want to help me?
This project does take care of a lot of sidewalks. Anybody who's been to our north, you see a lot of the splits from the salt. A lot of safety issues that we're addressing with this, so this is a long time coming. Really out of all the projects, I'm really looking forward to putting this one behind us.
I mean, I'm sure we can probably get some students.
So I do know that you should do some flat work, maybe we're looking for.
I'll bring a trowel over and some hammer and nails. I'll be right there for 400 grand.
And we're gonna see SM in the
Yeah,
rate that
put
he's
my
gonna
hands
sign
on
it
every one of
on.
them, too.
Could you
Just
do it
like
for
a
half the
tractor,
cost?
because that comes with the world.
Well, that's why I didn't know how many yards it was. If I knew how many yards it was, I could probably tell you, Barbie, but. That's a lot of yards, $319,000, a lot of yards concrete.
A lot of sidewalks.
I don't think you could, I think you could concrete a lot of concrete for 319,000, but.
Well, and I mean, truly, if you just want the information, I am sure that Brett can go through the designs, not tonight, right now, but he could give you an idea, just to ease the curiosity from the drawings. I mean, they had to bid from that design.
I'll
Well, this is
stand
your
there and
chance.
cheer for you. I'll be like,
Chance,
"Yes,
You could quit working for 2 years.
more than that. You don't know, school districts don't pay money.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Pereira.
Aye. Okay, motion passes.
Thought about it, didn't
They will probably not let us sit together.
Well, all else fails, we could do some concrete. We could just-
Do I have a motion and a second to approve the ROE number 4 Regional Crisis Reunification Team MOU as presented?
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Member Dieselmeyer made the motion. Member Young seconded the motion to approve the ROE number 4 Regional Crisis Reunification Team MOU as presented. Any questions?
I would just highlight that this is really the result of a multi-year project with our ROE that is really around crisis response in an effort to have our Boone County and Winnebago County districts have a response in the hopefully greatly unlikely circumstance of a crisis where we need to reunify. It indicates basically that we would support other districts in our area should they need support in terms of reunification. And likewise, they would support us with resources, places, and really a part of an effort for all of our language and work to be as coordinated as possible in the case of an emergency or crisis situation.
Do you want to highlight just the January training that we did? Because that was a really good community partnership.
We did have a training in January that involved many of our community partners in terms of that reunification and crisis response. We've had ongoing trainings and our safety coordinator has also been a key part of this work and those roles. So yeah, again, I think just really good to have all parts of our community working together. That's police, fire, and again, across multiple districts and regions.
This standardized response, I love you guys.
Mhm.
Is that like a code word or like?
It's a company that specializes in reunification plans. They have a pretty comprehensive website that discusses the tools that are necessary in reunification processes.
Okay.
Their child was in an incident and that was one of the last text messages they received, so that's the name of their company.
Okay,
I've done the training. It's pretty good training.
okay, so that's where that comes in, okay.
Yep.
That's pretty sad.
Any other questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the elementary multilingual supervisor as presented?
I move.
Second.
Okay, member Hemke made the motion. Member Hauk seconded the motion to approve the elementary multilingual supervisor job description as presented. Roll call, please. Or, I'm sorry, discussion.
This was replacing a.
Yeah.
Correct. This is replacing the, oh, do you want to speak to that? I'm
It's
sorry,
replacing the
Dr. Lee.
bilingual integration specialist.
How long has she been in the district?
This will be, she's just completing her first year here.
That's right. She was the one that we hired last, not this time last year, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay, any other comments, questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the 2026 through 2027 administrative contract for 10-month assistant principal at Seth Whitman Elementary School as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, member Young made the motion. Member Hauk seconded the motion to approve the 2026 through 2027 administrative contract for Nicole Dawson Foley, 10-month assistant principal at Seth Whitman Elementary School, effective July 1st, 2026, as presented. Any discussion?
Dr. Eady, anything you want to highlight about Ms. Foley?
No, I just, other than she brings a wealth of experience, a wealth of special ed experience, and excited to have her. I think she's gonna do a great job.
Oh, she's here.
And she is here this evening.
You can stand up if you want.
Any questions, comments?
How many job apps did we get for it or? For the position?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, maybe a dozen. Which is pretty typical.
How many internal?
We did not have, I don't think we had any internal for that position.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk. Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Motion passes. Congratulations, Ms. Foley.
Welcome, Mr. D100. Did you want to say anything? You don't have to. No pressure. I just wanted to give you the opportunity. Speech. Welcome. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you, I'm very excited to start.
Okay, do I have a motion and a second to approve the 2026 through 2027 administrative contracts?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay. Member Dieselmeyer made the motion. Member Peggy seconded the motion to approve the 2026 through 2027 administrative contracts. Discussion?
This would be for the pay raise?
Correct. And the contracts, which are annual contracts every year, so they are approved every year. So every contract except for those new positions that the board has already voted on and approved.
So if it's not approved, are the contract still approved, or do you how does that work?
If the contracts aren't approved, then the contracts are not approved.
But the contract and the raise are together.
Correct.
So the contracts won't be renewed if it is not.
That would be correct, yes. I mean, if none of the administrative contracts were approved, we would probably
Not
work
be-
to revisit that. Because we will probably need some administrators in the district. But yes, those two pieces are connected.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Abstain.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Nay.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the 2026 through 2027 non-union employee group wage increases?
I move.
Second.
Okay, member Hemke made the motion, member Piggy seconded the motion to approve the 2026 through 2027 non-union employee group wage increases. Discussion?
This would be your pay raise.
This is
This
for clerical.
is for the non-union employee group wage increases. So this is not the administrators, this is the non-union group, so.
Which would be.
Which would be,
Non-certified nurses, CO support staff that isn't part of the BAS union.
The 105 employees that are outside the 570 some teachers.
it is not 105
No, it's not that.
employees. It's going to be, the CO, it's gonna be, HR department, it's gonna be, the finance department, it's gonna be, building and grounds, it's gonna be custodial manager, it's gonna be our computer techs, our nurses,
New aides.
noon.
They're not on
It
that
would
Are
be
not on,
the
noon aides?
nurses, counselors.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're up there. Social workers, it's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What did we ever figure up on the percentage?
2.7
2.7 as well.
with some market adjustments as well.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Piggy.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Motion passes. Okay. The following items have been added for discussion or will be coming up for further review and or possible action in the future. Background information has been provided and the board may ask questions and or request clarification at this time. Okay, at this time, I'll hand it over to Dr. Shug for administrative reports.
All right, I'm gonna start with superintendent comments. Scrolling to find them. All right. We've had an incredibly busy May. Every May is incredibly busy. That there is so much stuff happening and it is really, really good stuff for the great most part. One of the things that happens in the month of May is the annual Build a Bike event. This is highlighting some of our central office team that donated 4 bikes to the Build a Bike campaign. We love our partnership with Build a Bike and Ham Block Ford in providing those bikes every year to our students. We had scholarship night last week. Over 80 students were awarded over $500,000. Not every community has that level of support. 302,000 of that came from community donors. If you've not had an opportunity to be to scholarship night, it is absolutely fantastic. And seeing these students and these presenters, it just really heartwarming all the way around, making a difference for so many students, being able to continue on with their education that they otherwise would not have been able to do so, or in a different pathway than they would have had otherwise. Ms. Hadley works to coordinate that event, and this year, as every year, really went off without a hitch. So grateful to the support of our community for our students on that evening. And thank you to the board members who were able to attend as well. We have oh, I missed one. We have our high school graduates. So great. Such a great event. So first of all, we had our Everest graduate. We had a graduation, record number of graduates. As I mentioned earlier, the alumni showed up to support and send off Mr. Lascola in a fantastic fashion. This program saves the district dollars because these are students that frequently would need to be educated off-site at a large cost or may not graduate. Mr. Lascola and Everest High School is a fantastic investment in the future of our students. It is fiscally responsible as well as responsible to the kids in the community that we serve. The graduations at both VHS and North were also spectacular. We were at BMO this year. That was a decision that was made by a graduation task force led by Dr. Carson with input from all different stakeholders. We've gotten back the initial feedback, which was very, very positive. It was a wonderful day. I always say scholarship night, best night of the year, graduation, best day of the year. So many people that made that possible, and certainly our high school administrative teams absolutely did so and made those days spectacular for our students and our families. And I want to take a minute to play the Belvedere High School senior send-off. It takes a few minutes, but I think it's worth it.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail her to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can't count on me. 9, 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. 9, 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh. If you toss and you turn and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can't count on me. 9, 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. 9, 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Can't count on me. That's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. You can count on me, 'cause I can count on you.
Always fantastic to send our seniors off. And yeah, if there's ever any doubt that we have a fantastic staff, they just do some wonderful things for our kids all the time, and that's certainly an example. Nope. So that's what we got for my superintendent comments. And now strategic plan updates. And Dr. Carson, do you want to kick off goal 1?
Sure. Yeah, so a few things to highlight is that in a few weeks, we'll have training for our elementary team to work on integrating the literacy resources. So how do we pick and choose the resources to blend together to support language arts? We have summer school coordination in full force right now, getting ready for credit recovery for our high school kids. Working on developing riverbanks for our Read 180 implementation in our middle schools. And Mr. Herrera stole my thunder with giving the kudos to all the students who earned their seal of bioliteracy or commendations. So yeah, record-setting number for sure. Any questions?
All right, goal 2 with Dr. Johnson.
All right, sounds good. We have castle teams at each school, and they are looking forward to next year because we are going to spend a few years with a hyper focus on mental health. So we started that conversation, and both of our high schools have student groups that lead mental health. So we will be involving students next year in some of that work. So excited over that. A lot of summer transitions for our students while there's a lot of celebrations in our building. We do have students in need. And so through some of our funding that support our students that live in transition, we are able to do some summer bridging activities for those families to make sure that they have what they need throughout the summer. And then last month, we talked a little bit about some of the in-district job shadowing for some of our students. So this month, just wanted to report that some of the additional opportunities they're looking at for some of our students for internships include buildings and grounds, maintenance, PT, nurses, and speech therapy. So we're excited for our students to learn more about professions through our own school district, which has also quite the variety. So excited.
Questions for Dr. Johnson?
That's just super cool to me. The job shadowing, that is super cool. I know I questioned that last month. So yeah, that's really big to see.
Yes, we have a wide variety of professions, and so this is a great spot for them to learn.
That's awesome.
All right, goal 3 is family and community partnerships. Actually, this week we will be reconvening our family and community partnership action planning team. We'll be doing some reflections on the year as a whole and sort of deciding what that team is going to do in terms of next steps. And we're also going to be meeting with our cell phone and electronic device committee. Will be reviewing the data there and deciding if we're going to make any modifications to those new procedures for the coming school year. But again, the data has been predominantly really from the staff and from the parents, predominantly really positive. And as I've shared in the past, reluctantly positive from the students. I think they don't like it, but they also feel like they're getting some more learning and better engagement in. So sometimes what is best for us, we might not always enjoy. And I think a little bit of that goes on in our student survey feedback. But so we will have both of those teams and continuing to work on our community partners website page for our featured partners specifically. Any questions on family and community partnerships? All right, goal 4 is Dr. Ady.
Yeah, just a couple quick things. Despite the nice weather, our subfill rates are continuing to be solid in the mid to upper 80s. We're still about 10% or 8% higher than we were a year ago. For pairs, about 10% higher. we've started to do end of year rounding with new staff, so meeting with new staff, offering support, seeing if there's anything they need, but also getting feedback from them as to how their first year went, things that can be improved and that sort of thing. And so overwhelmingly, they've been very positive. We always ask on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you in your job here in the district? And like everything is like an 8, 9, or a 10. So those are going really well. So really happy about that. And then just I know Mr. Mandera has been doing a lot of planning for the SIP day with the different union groups, and also in coordinating and planning the new teacher orientation with several other staff too. So hard to believe, but SIP day and new teacher orientation is just right around the corner. I know we still got to finish this year, but it's coming up sooner than we think.
Any questions for Dr. Ady? Okay, and goal 5, Mrs. Armstrong.
Okay, I think is evident tonight, we continue to move forward with the projects in phase 1, activating the secure entrance award that was finished up tonight. We are still having discussions about what phase 2 may look like for future conversations with the board. It looks like technologies Chromebooks have arrived already, and the tech team is getting some interns to work on prepping them for next year already. And next month, we will have the final budget amendments to adjust the budget for FY26 to show where we're landing. We have to smooth out some of those accounts, line items, put in our carryover amounts in the grants, and really just get it to what that should be aligned with our final look. And the tentative budget projections, some of those were shared in theory this afternoon, but we continue to work through those tentative discussions. And then we have the tentative agreement with BEA, and we're just working on finalizing language to bring that forward to the board.
Any questions for Mrs. Armstrong? All right, that brings us to the end of the strategic plan updates. And we do have the inclusion research study update with Ms. Fabianchuk.
Yay, so it's a night for research studies, and I'm just bringing a little update around inclusion research studies. So last year in May, I brought this proposal forward to the board, and it does align with strategic plan goal 1 and 2. And when we're talking about students and various diverse needs and making sure that we engage them and support them accurately, some of that feedback actually came from special education audit completed in 2024. And us just looking closer at least restrictive environment and how do we support students so that they can grow. And we can move forward. Yep. So as far as the charge for the committee was to look at most current research and develop an implementation plan. So we started with outlining that this year, but before we got there, we did quite a bit of research, and Mr. Humke was on the committee and engaged in some of the research review. If we can move forward to the next slide. So basically, we looked at research and models that are utilized in other districts that brought us forward to the concept of universal design for learning, which is basically a framework to provide instructional supports, make sure that we provide access to instruction, best instructional practices, remove barriers, and provide that agency and options for kids. So this is a list of our committee members, and since then the committee members we've added few new members as we continue the work for next year as well. Okay, we can, these, I just listed some of the ground rules and how we accomplished our agreement, so we can move forward with them. So these were some of the things we did. We actually didn't just look at current research, we also looked at District 100 data around educational environments when it comes to specialized programs. And did some visits to our early childhood programming where they only have inclusive classrooms. There are no special education classrooms there. And one of the biggest outcomes was we reviewed Boston Public Schools Inclusive Education Plan. It's a 5-year plan. We were quite impressed with the format of that plan, and the team decided that we should develop a plan, obviously based on information from Belvedere District 100, but to have like a long-term plan around inclusion and steps we will take. So we can move through. This is just some of the research that we've done, so we can skip forward. So the inclusion education plan for Belvedere, it's linked there. And it basically starts with a district profile and strategic plan and some key information from the audit, but then it goes to different implementation. And instead of the word phase, they use the term of shifts. What shifts are we going to make? And I did link that shift one. So for next school year, the proposed actions are that we will make sure that certified and non-certified staff receive training, professional development that is tailored basically to their needs and based on what they know about UDL. So the shift is organized in the same way when we do the stock takes, and we kind of measure by certain dates when are we going to accomplish certain things. One thing I just want to emphasize is that the framework of UDL is not really a separate framework from everything else we're doing. So we can actually skip to the visual that kind of outlines that. So these are all the things we hear about in board meetings, the implementation of SIAP and play-based kindergarten, co-teaching, all these initiatives that we have really are around universal design and making sure that we provide full access regardless of the needs of the students, right? So it's not like a separate initiative, it's all aligned. And we can skip through that, just provided some visuals of, so next steps, as far as shift one, we would continue the work. Our committee would start back in September, again, the window of time, September to May. And because it's sort of a slower rollout, we have to consider all the other things we're doing in the district. We would make sure that we're aligning to those and bring up updates. I'm not sure that it's gonna be 3 or 4 years. I think that's something that the committee is going to decide depending on where we are in the process of inclusive practices. And that concludes the update.
Any questions for Ms. Fabianchik? There'll be, I know that was a pretty broad overview. There's a lot of details and work that will be happening regarding that, but excited for the next steps around inclusion and the work we're going to do as a district, and the work that we're really going to try to focus on not making it feel like one more thing, but making sure that we feel like we're aligned and all working in the same direction to be as efficient and supportive of our students and our staff as possible.
I have a question, kind of off topic. What is a superintendent intern?
This year I had an intern who was just working with me. She's working towards her superintendent certification, and she was looking for a variety of experiences, and this seemed like a good opportunity for her to get some of her practicum hours in. So that is why she was on the team there.
Yeah.
Wait, not usually a required team member, but she did provide some good insight.
Absolutely.
And was a
We
good
worked
team
in small
participant.
groups, yes, and she just provided some feedback, so that was great. Yeah, it was nice to have community participation too.
Yes, she'd been from the community in the past. She's actually no longer a member of the community, but she's still invested and wanted again to engage with us on that project. A relevant question. She's on the list. And it's
I didn't know you had an intern.
You're like, we have a superintendent intern? Yes, that is what that is. All right, I think that concludes our administrative reports. Unless there's any other comments, questions, or concerns regarding any of those reports. We do have the board meeting dates there for the 2026, 2027 school year. Of note is actually June. I do anticipate we're going to have our special board meeting on June 20 or June 4th, I believe. That should be on your calendars. But typically we cancel those meetings. I think we will need to have that this month. And yeah, just make sure those meeting dates are in your calendar. Again, typically our second meeting of the month is not necessary, but we do keep those in this calendar in case we need them for expulsion hearings or for other meetings. And we'll keep you informed if we're keeping those scheduled or not, as we have this year. All right, that's all I got.
Okay, well, in addition to that, for a list of upcoming board meetings and events, please refer to the Board of Education calendar. At this time, do I have a motion and a second to go back into closed executive session regarding Section 2, Heading C, Exception Sub Number 1 of the Open Meetings Act, to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees, representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees, the purchases or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired, student disciplinary cases and litigation when particular parcel should be acquired. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Yeah. Litigation and when action against affecting on or behalf of the public particular body and has been filed and is pending before a court administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent. Is there a motion?
I move.
Okay.
Second.
Member Hemke made the motion. Member Mueller seconded the motion to go into executive session. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hemke.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mrs. Hauk.
Aye.
Mr. Dieselmeyer.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Piggy
Aye.
and Mr. Herrera.
Aye. Okay, there will be no formal action
Long
coming
night.
out of the